Hey, I'm Ian. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Chariot. Chariot's the fastest growing all-in-one software to run a moving company. And one of the things that customers love about working with us is that we're constantly improving the software based on their feedback. I'm going to walk you through some of the improvements we've made just in the last 2 months. Let's start on the sales side. One of the hardest things about moving company sales is that they're fast and competitive, but you need a lot of information in order to book a move and be prepared. Often, the hardest part of this is collecting inventory information, and we continue to introduce tools that make this a lot easier in Chariot. One of these is the ability to request photo uploads. So let's say that I need to get photos from a customer, maybe for sales, maybe even just before the move to make sure any new items have been documented. Now I can simply go Actions, request photo uploads, and send a text and email to my customer. When I send it to them, they're going to get a link to a branded customer portal like this one, where they can easily upload photos of their space. These photos are uploaded to a gallery that they can view on their phone at any time. And back on the moving company side, you'll easily be able to see customer uploaded photos right from the job. And anywhere that you're seeing that job, for example, from this dashboard or when dispatching, you'll be able to see them from the inventory section as well. Your crews are going to be able to see these photos as well if you give them permissions, letting them have access to this information to be prepped for move day. But when you want to go beyond photos, you now have the ability to take videos from customers directly through Chariot by sending a link to a customer or starting a live video call. This is done through an integration and partnership that Chariot has with LiveSwitch, one of the top virtual survey tools for the moving industry. If you have the LiveSwitch integration enabled, you'll be able to simply click Send Video Link from the inventory section and send a text or email to the customer with a link where they can record a video for you, or you can send a link where you can start a live video call between you and the customer. I'll show you quickly the ability to record a video from a link. So I'll hit Send here. And now, right from my phone, I've received a convenient text where I can hop into LiveSwitch and without downloading an app, record a video of my space. This is super easy to do for your customers, and these videos upload directly into Chariot for easy visibility for your team. But there's much more that we've been doing on the sales side. One of the cool new features we have are customer management, the ability to flag customers who may be repeat customers, to merge their files with customers who you've moved before, and then to manage that all in one place. So, for example, we have this customer here that I just created named John Cho. Now, let's say a year from now, one of my salespeople gets a call from somebody and they start putting in their information. And when that lead gets created, within a few seconds, Chariot's going to automatically recognize that this might be a repeat customer, the one that we just were dealing with. So what will happen is this message will appear right here of possible repeat customer. Chariot will show you potential customers that this links to. In this case, it shows us it's an exact match. And what you can do is click Link Job to the customer and combine them into one file. So now we've merged these customers together, and the benefit of that is that they're tied together. I've recognized that it's a repeat customer, built a better customer experience, and now from all in one place can see all the jobs associated with this customer, also their storage jobs, invoices, and payments. If I have a commercial customer, for example, like this, and I want to quickly create a moving job for them, I can hit Add Job, and it's going to automatically pre-fill with their information, making all this easier to tie together. There's a variety of other changes we've made as well to help you get more sales and to move faster on your follow-ups. So one of them is related to our web form. Chariot has two different web forms. One we call a short form, just collects the basics and then sends it to you, and another one called a long form that you can send to customers after they're in the system or put on your website, and it allows them to put in their full information like inventory before the move gets to you, but still captures every lead. We've taken this concept further, so now that when a customer fills out the short form, like this one on a website, as long as they fill out the first page here, you get that lead right away. We give them the option to put in information like their date flexibility, their addresses, but as long as they fill out this one page, they're going to end up in your CRM. So we're maximizing the possible conversions from your website. When it comes to follow-ups, we've made it even easier to get more value out of the dashboards that we have for leads, sales opportunities, jobs, things booked on your calendar, and the archive that has everything in one place. So for example, now on the leads page, no matter which page I'm on, I can easily customize this to my liking. I can pick which columns that I want to see in the table. I can more easily, you can do it through here as well, but you can more easily filter. So I can filter on a customer name or add other filters, for example, like filtering on date, for example. You can even adjust the density of this. If you're someone who wants to see things more compact, you can see more on one screen. And you can export these files, these tables as CSVs. For example, you could easily say, let me get a export of all my current leads right now, right ahead of a sales meeting. As for the other features here, reminder, you can save down custom views in Chariot. So you can each have your own view of what you want to see, and then have other things like oldest leads with no estimates sent, moves over a certain amount, anything that helps you and your salespeople prioritize what you need to follow up on. This can be used on the operation side as well. For movers who take inventories down over the phone or on site, we've made some meaningful changes as well. So one of these changes is the way that we handle dimensions and crating. So let's say I'm adding a crate to my inventory that I'm going to build for the customer. So I'm going to hit crate here and add a CP crate. For each of these crates, what you can do, and you can do this to any item, is you can use this dimensions tool. This has always been here, but you now have the ability to flip between feet or inches when you're measuring in dimensions. If you're doing an on-site estimate, it might be helpful to take out a measuring tape that is in inches. And you can put in the details here. Chariot will calculate the volume and weight for you. And now we'll actually put the details of those dimensions in the title of the crate or the item that you've added. That means that when you're reviewing the inventory list later, maybe getting ready to build this crate, it's easier to find. It also means that if you add another crate to the inventory, you can put it in as a unique crate with its own different dimensions. Some moving companies we work with do a good amount of on-site estimates and might not have perfect internet access in the places that they're going. So we also have a Chariot Estimator app that works well on tablets, and we've made a number of upgrades to this over the last several weeks, improving performance, speed, the way that photos work. And again, you can use this to download files offline, take inventories on site without any internet connection, and then upload those seamlessly back into Chariot whenever you have internet connection again. If you need information about this feature, reach out to us and we can help. Finally, when you're creating an estimate, Chariot makes it even easier to preview what you're about to send. There are always ways to do this, but now there's a simple preview button right at the top of the page that will pull up a preview of the estimate before you send it to your customer. Just makes it super easy. We've also made a number of improvements to the operation side of Chariot. As always, tools that help give your team hours back per week spent on scheduling, dispatch, and back office operations. One of these key improvements is the way that card fees work in Chariot. You could pass them through before, but now it's even more seamless. So anytime a payment is made in Chariot that involves a card, if you have this setting turned on, will automatically show a subtotal as well as a card fee amount and automatically apply that to the payment. When you accept payment with a card fee on it, back on the Results tab under Payments, you'll see an icon showing you easily that this payment included a card fee. We've also made a number of improvements to the way the schedule works in Chariot that you use to map out the different jobs and then eventually dispatch from this page as well. One of the updates we talked about last time was that you can now configure custom roles for your different movers in Chariot, like leader or helper or driver or whatever makes sense to your moving company. These roles can have custom pay rates. You can assign people as their default role to a job, or you can even flip a mover's role on a per job basis. Now, to make this even easier, when you're viewing the roles and viewing your movers rather on the job schedule in Chariot, you can choose the order in which you sort your movers so that you can quickly see how many of each role you have visually here, or easily pick the people that you want from each role to go on to each job. Another thing we've done to improve this page is build on our hiding feature. We talked about this last time as well. You can hide a job from your moving staff while kind of pre-dispatching it in Chariot. This can be useful, for example, for afternoon jobs that you don't know which crew it's going to go to and don't want to let them know until it's ready. But you can also now hit actions and then bulk hide and unhide. So the idea is that you can actually hide all of the jobs from the crew in advance with just a couple clicks. This means for a lot of our moving companies that use Chariot that they're able to pre-dispatch days in advance. They don't have to wait till 4 or 4:30 right before the move. And they can map out their dispatch, they can see if the distribution of hours makes sense to their guys, and then when they're ready, they simply hit bulk hide and unhide, uncheck those jobs, and then hit confirm. then it's going to be available to their movers. As always, you can also hit notify crews in Chariot to let your crews know what they're working on. And you can see that when you do this now, you can actually see when you last notified them. So you can rest easy knowing that you actually let your crews know what they're working on. Also, you don't have to double notify somebody if they've already been notified and haven't had any changes to their schedule, and just focus on the movers with new assignments. We've also made an upgrade to how our week view works. Instead of just listing out all the jobs in an order, we now group them together by track, which might mean truck for you or crew for you, depending on how you set this up with our team. But the point is that you can now see, for example, on this Tuesday, that this crew has 2 jobs on this track. And if you want to move somebody from, let's say, Wednesday to Thursday, you can more easily see where on your schedule you would be able to slot them in. This wasn't as easy before and is making the week view more useful for our moving companies. Finally, as always, we're investing in the mover experience in Chariot, trying to make it easier and more powerful for movers to get their work done in the field. Chariot's always been very flexible, but there's been ways that we've seen movers occasionally make mistakes on move day. And so we've implemented some ways to prevent that from happening. So, for example, most people who use the time tracking feature in Chariot want the crew to start time tracking before they start the bill. So now if I hit start a bill of lading, Chariot will automatically warn me as the mover that I might want to start time tracking first. When I start time tracking, and in this case, I'll fill in a hypothetical crew, the time tracking feature will now tell me this is not connected yet to bill of lading. So essentially nudges me to the next step to say, go start a bill of lading now whenever you're ready, to make sure that this time tracking fills out the hours and the hourly rate for the bill of lading. So I can simply hit go and then open up a bill of lading. Again, when I'm on the bill of lading, I now get a notification that this bill of lading is linked, just helping the mover make sure that they're doing the right thing along the way. We're already seeing this cut down on mistakes, and we have more things planned to make the mover experience even more seamless than it is today. That's it for this round of updates. As always, there's going to be more to come with Chariot. We're literally pushing new code on a daily basis, listening to our movers, and trying to make this the best possible moving software that it can be. If you have any feedback, ideas, want to learn more, want to see the product, reach out to us. Go to chariotmove.com. Reach out to our support team if you're a customer who's watching this, and we're looking forward to meeting you and your moving company.